beautiful stars. Reading time. Hope everyone's well. All right, let's see, you beautiful angels. What are you guys going through right now? All right, 10 of coins in reverse. Fool in reverse. Holy moly. This is heavy. All right, 10 of coins, the Fool, the Star, and 4 of Wands, all in reverse. And then we've got Page of Cups upright. All right. 1, you could be going through some family grievances right now. 2, you could be a little bit financially stressed, but there's definitely things in your soul that are making you feel emotionally restless, things that maybe are weighing on your mind that feel like they're being held back, no movement in. Maybe your impulsive nature's being a little bit tested right now. But there's maybe a lack of inspiration, feeling a little bit emotionally, energetically blocked. Maybe you keep fixating or tunnel visioning out on certain things in your life that unfortunately do create that emotional restlessness. This 4 of Wands in reverse, you're not feeling supported right now, that's for sure. You could have some grievances of love on your mind as well, especially with this Page of Cups here. Maybe you're questioning your judgment towards certain situations. You could be waiting for some form of apology. Or you yourself, especially if you're going through some kind of family issue, maybe you yourself are wanting to focus on sorting it out, but if it's a certain family member or situation that you always find yourself back in the same kind of energy with, I think you're holding back your emotion for a reason. But I just keep staring at this Star in reverse. It really is a card of despair and just kind of a little bit of negativity. And I think for this collective, like, this is very glass half empty kind of energy, and I think like this is a lot of different things that you could be overwhelmed with. It's really showing me finances, family, love, life in general. I just feel this collective, you feel quite stuck, and it's quite hard for you to not focus on the things that unfortunately make you feel a little bit hopeless in despair. Okay, but this lack of inspiration, I just feel this collective, you could be really hard on yourself right now. And if you really do have a lack of support around you and you're going through all of this and you don't really have anyone to turn to, it could overwhelm anybody. It's like it's hard for you to not focus on the issues, problems in your life right now. But I do think this collective, you do question your emotion right now. I think you know this isn't healthy for you. Again, I think you're really questioning your judgment when it comes to certain things, especially when it comes to the love department as well. 4 of Wands in reverse is also a card, and 10 of Coins in reverse. It's a card of divorce too. So let it be, it's more of a long-term connection that's really hitting its brink right now, and you've either just gone through separation or you're feeling like you're getting to a point in your connection that you're just not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. The same thing always comes up with no solutions. You could even, unfortunately, especially, and I find this, let's say you're not married, but you're in more of a long-term commitment where you share your finances, you know, everything you guys have accumulated, you've done it together. I find sometimes people can, unfortunately, be not in the best, most flourishing kind of connection, and you can choose to unfortunately stay more because of the external reasons. This one's a big emotion. Let's confirm them though. 10 of Coins in reverse. I just want to get your main energy and then we'll break it down more specifically. Okay, so also maybe certain friendships you're questioning. I actually think you're not getting out and having a good time. I actually feel this collective, it's unfortunate. Maybe you need to maybe be a little bit more social in this time, but maybe you have that kind of personality trait when you're really emotionally overwhelmed. It's really hard for you to get out in the world around you and socialize. You could be someone that just really tends to kind of sit in your burdens and not let anybody in. But this is also a card of reunion and reuniting. So I definitely think back to the family deviation, love deviation. I do think you want to iron out a few details with some people around you, but then you hold yourself back because you question, especially if every time you give these people another chance, let it be love, friends, family, whatever it is, like I said before, you always end up in the same spot emotionally. I think it just makes you question if you should approach the situation. Another thing I am hearing, maybe there was a certain gathering, birthday event that just came up that kind of didn't go to plan either. There could have been a few frictional things that started resurfacing here. And also another thing I'm hearing, maybe you do have something coming up and financially you just are really overwhelmed and you just don't know if you can really, like, there's just pressure on your soul with a lot of things. And if you do have some form of event coming up or a child's birth, or there's something here where I think the finances also really overwhelm you too. All right, what are you feeling? A little bit impulsive and you yourself, career-wise, could have a little bit of an unconventional kind of career path, okay? You could be on social media, you could, whatever the case is, I think when it comes to you in general, you're a little bit of more of an unconventional soul, okay? An alternative kind of lifestyle to most. But whatever you're doing here, there's a little bit of lack of faith. Okay, and again, this lack of inspiration. I think it's more when it comes to you and what you do career, life-wise, you're feeling blocked. There's a little bit of negativity here, okay? And you could be having some father issues right now as well, I just heard. But whatever it is that you do as a person, your path in life, you really feel it's kind of held back right now and it does make you restless. Maybe you feel like you're burning out a little bit as well. This is a card of kind of burning out. Okay. Do you see this cosmic shift that's coming? No, but I do think within the next few weeks as you starting to, and this really does, this card is about letting go of control, having fun, kind of living in the moment. And unfortunately you might just kind of have that state of mind when things are out of your control, you can't help but really focus and fixate. It's like we talk about it all the time. We say what's out of your control should not consume your mind and heart, where I think this collective, you really struggle with that. But everything you're feeling hopeless with, everything you're feeling a lack of inspiration with, negativity with, in the next few weeks, you have a cosmic shift here, okay? So there will be a lighter energy coming over you. And maybe you've been questioning this for a while. Like, when am I going to get this emotional release? When am I going to get out of this trapped thought pattern? Whoa. Okay, so we've got 10 of coins in reverse and an Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but this is underneath your 4 of Wands in reverse. Whatever your community, whatever your foundation is, whatever you've really been trying to build for yourself, environment, love, whatever it is, you definitely feel it's unstable right now. Okay, you're putting everything under review and you can see it in all areas of your life. You've got caution over you right now. So you're maybe a lot more aware of the flags that you had unfortunately been ignoring in the past, especially with this Page of Cups. A big thing with the right collective, you're really questioning your judgment on a lot of different situations in your life. So now that you're ironing out the details with everything to do with your foundation and what you've created for yourself in life, you're just... And I think unfortunately, it's just increasing your negativity right now in these situations. And I think this collective, you just must be a kind of person, you're really hard on yourself energetically. I don't know if you have a very high expectation of yourself, or you're just normally a very well-directed person. When kind of stuck energy comes over you, it can swallow you whole a little bit. I always say what our brain is telling us, we really look for things to validate what it's thinking. And when we're constantly focused on the things that are not working in our life, it just progressively gets more and more accelerated, and we start noticing details that instead of maybe uplifting us, actually overwhelms us even more. But this Page of Cups, okay, so you could be waiting for an apology from air sign, but also, one, I think you're being very hard on yourself, and two, this is quite a calculating kind of energy. It's someone that has quite clouded vision. So instead of seeing things clearly, kind of, again, questioning the judgment towards things. And I think this is more your energetic approach towards this Page of Cups. This says harsh, critical, calculating, abrupt, scattered, easily influenced, clouded vision. I think they're the things you're saying to yourself, okay? Not that you think you're a calculating person. Maybe you're looking at whoever you're wanting this apology from is a little bit calculating, but how hard you're being on yourself, I felt that just before that came out. You can be, really tough on yourself emotionally, when you kind of just need to give yourself a big hug right now. All right. You could really be going through a rebirth. They're not easy. They're not easy. Okay, just before we break everything down, I just want to see this Four of Wands in reverse and Ten of Coins situation and this apology. Okay, what's going on with your main connection right now? Okay, so that's what I felt. You're either stressing that you're coming into a separation or you're sitting in a separation. There is sadness. I think this is about missing you, thinking about you, unsure of the future. You're unsure of the future in all aspects of your life right now. The right collective. Something could have happened very suddenly. That's, especially with this, I do think there's two things. You either have been sitting in this for a long time and now, because you're lacking hope and faith, right? Or this has happened very suddenly and it's just all you can think about right now, which is again accelerating the lack of hope, the lack of faith. But this sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval to create a transformation. All right, sunglasses. You got the lightning and the dragonfly. So there is something that has either suddenly happened or this really could be on its way. Especially with this someone in the background doing more research right now. They're watching in, they're looking. You could have felt this person maybe gaslight, denied. I'm hearing more denied, a few things here, but you're focusing out that fixation, but this could be someone connected to you as well, especially with be lighthearted, finding things out. It's time to adapt, change and heal. One more for your top row. Whatever this main connection is on your mind, there's definitely things hidden here and things that have not been spoken, okay? And your intuition probably tells you that, but if it's been denied a lot, maybe you question it. This makes me feel it could be more of a longer, because this is about have faith. Love is coming, but there's hesitation here in the background, especially if someone's looking. Actually, let's get, sorry, I just want to confirm with these. Oh, there it is. I was actually getting this to see if the spy card came out. So you do have communication, compromise, forgive, work it out. An air sign. That's important because that's who this collective, I remember saying that you're waiting, that it could be an air sign that you're waiting for. There could be a detail about sexuality here, especially with that Hierophant in reverse as well. Okay, so this person, this is what makes me think this has already happened, because this is you shutting the door, thinking this person's emotionally unavailable, that this is a waste of time, that this is over. This doesn't just have to be about sexuality. It's a card of still figuring yourself out emotionally as well. So for some reason, I just think this is more, yes, the way this all happened could have been very shocking, but I do still think there's something that's meant to be, especially with your first card being communicate here, that something's coming to the surface. Yeah, through this break. Yes, literally. So luck is on your side. This person, fire sign as well, but in Tarot Wands is fire is days. Days and weeks here we've got. But I do think maybe this could be approaching quite full of force, maybe a little bit more passionately than you're used to. So it has taken a while. Been a few months that you've been waiting for this. This card is about good things come to those who wait. So again, I think that more confirms the silence that has been here. Okay, so with whatever this sexuality detail is, figuring yourself out emotionally, this is what put a block for not the right time. So this collective, there's clearly a bit of impatience over you right now, especially because you're seeing it like this. Now, if there was an actual detail about sexuality or having to heal and figure yourself out emotionally, I always say you can't put a timer on healing. It's not your ego's time, it's divine's timing. So whatever this detail is for both of you, this has been very important, and this is why there's been a block up. Okay, where this poor collective, you have such a frustration with the lack in quite a few areas in your life right now. But again, you cannot put a timer on this. That's a big detail. And that's sad. So I don't know if now because of this you think this person's self-involved. I'm not going to say that word. And I always say if you do think they're that, you shouldn't be watching love readings. You should be in therapy. So, and I see it a lot in the comments. I see so many people, you'll watch my hour-plus long reading and write in every, like you just can stop watching love readings if you think the person on your mind is this. And if for you, you want to close the door because now you've put them in the category of being this, it's really sad. But I can't see how that is. But you did have things to do with other areas of your life as well that you could be shutting the door in. But for the right collective, if unfortunately that's how you see this person, I can't suggest enough to just, you shouldn't be watching love or any kind of readings on someone like this. You should be healing from that. But I can understand if there was things that were kept quiet and unspoken, I can see why you would have the lens of this person is emotionally unavailable, or that they are a little bit self-focused and selfish. I get it, but I just really hope that just because you haven't heard what you need to, especially if this really is a detail, you can't judge someone for this. And especially if it's more to do with healing, you can't force someone to heal. Healing takes years, sometimes decades. I say healing is a lifetime's journey. So, okay, one more. Again, I just wanted to see that, confirm that spy card. That could be someone else. That's too many. One more. Oh, too many again. Just one more. There it is. So it is them. But it could be someone else as well. Okay. They've got their eye on you doing more research. Okay. Let's just finish these. And I just noticed you've got expression of love at the bottom as well with coffee cup. All right. Separations. Whoa. Oh my gosh. You got all 3 cards of sudden truth coming to the table. You got all 3 of them. Is there one? I think there might be one more, but you've got all about a shock revelation and epiphany on its way, especially with that being... So this person, I actually feel maybe they've just been watching in the background. They're not silly. They know that they've kept some things from you. About clarity, truth, revelation, protection, power, and clearly you were being protected in this separation, and this person as well, you clearly weren't in alignment if this had to part ways. Oh God, confirms this is how it happened. Very quickly, unexpectedly, through silent treatment and abandonment. So I said that before, I'm on the fence. I think that's how it happened, but also what is coming. And you literally got both. So that's how it happened and what's coming. Relationship evolving to the next phase, but healing the inner child was needed for you both, and growth. Okay. So yes, it happened suddenly, but for the right collective, it pushed you into a self-evolution journey. Sunglasses. Oh, so they're scared. So the right collective, this is my 50-50 card. Maybe you've had moments of trying to get this back on the same page in maybe the way you or them knew how. If they were emotionally shut off, I can't see that this person has, come in and tried to give this whole situation a second go around, but there could have been communication, because this is about sabotage, wanting to rebuild, but then it being repetitive. Should I be persistent? Should I work on it? But what about the cycles here? So this is why they're looking in the background. I think they're fence. I think they're fighting their mind and heart. So their perception isn't completely clear right now, and I don't think this person's actually made up their mind. I think that every time they have this sense of urgency to follow their heart, there's something about their mind that takes over. And one, it could be the hidden things here that they're not ready to voice. But two, if you guys have, and I've got at least 3 collectives here, every time your person pops up, it becomes frictional. You either do the block, the unblock. It just becomes very abruptive very quickly. So there's something here. When they look in, they still reflect on the times that you couldn't get back onto the same page. Dragonfly. Oh my gosh, you got the 20 card. Makes sense with the healing. And that's why I really hope that when that card came out, I don't think the right collective, that's how you view them. I can't see that you would, because if this is really your journey, you've gone in-depth healing. And I always say karmics do that. When you haven't met a soul connection, and it's a soul connection's finally for the first time in your life, they make you reflect on you, what you can do to change, what you can do to be better. When you leave a karmic, or it's always they're a narcissist, they're this, they're that, it was all their fault, it's always the blame. A true divine is meant to, for the first time in your life, remove everything that's been holding you back. It makes you realize, I'm in control of my life. I'm in control of my destruction. I'm in control of my life choices. I'm the one that creates my environment through my decisions, my actions, and my emotion. This journey is not easy. And this is why it takes so long. I'm broken record. I always say average separation is about 3.5 years. This is not an easy journey. It's to make you finally see yourself for the first time in your life. But anyway, deviation for a reason. This collective, you do have something about to resurface in your life that you need a dragonfly energy over. And I think right now, I'm going back to your tarot, this collective, you're going through a lot. And it doesn't surprise me with what's going on universally with our planets. This is the time of year for deep soul reflection, internal guidance, internal yin and yang energy. And you're clearly going through that rebirth period right now for a reason. But I do think there are some things that you need to try and... Going back to that Page of Cups, you're being so, and that Queen of Swords in reverse, you're being so harsh on yourself, so critical about every little detail. You feel you've got clouded judgment. You think you're being naive. You just need to try your hardest to stop fixating. This is clearly something in your soul you still have not completely overcome. And you got twin souls, one after another. This is part of your soul contract, this hesitation, having to wait, having to realize you are you. You've literally been programmed in this world that without connection in life, marriage, whatever it is, we are not full and complete, and that is rubbish. That is looking at love as it's something that's meant to complete you in this world. No, love is a complement. This journey is meant to teach you your sovereignty, and that being alone is amazing. Truly. There is something in your soul contract, which means you're an impatient person in general before this person even appeared in your life. Impulsive, you would have tried to rush everything in life, every connection, 0 to 100, unless there was obsession and spark. It's like, it was meant to teach you. It was meant to teach you to be patient. What is meant for you will always be for you. And Phoenix at the bottom. It was meant to burn you to a crisp. This collective, you're just really stuck in your mind right now. And again, it's clearly something you have to go through for this collective in this period to teach you to see. And I say this about healing. Some people think because they can go a few weeks or whatever it is, a feeling of, oh, when the trigger points come up, right? Even if it's more sporadic or a longer duration before, than maybe at the start, if you're dealing with it the exact same way and the exact same emotion comes up, there's something you're not seeing right. And I think this collective, it's not that you haven't been healing, it's just when that overwhelm comes over you, you still fall into the exact same thought patterns that you've been trying to heal. Don't make it fit. I just quickly want to confirm this person's emotion. Connected, they're in desire right now, so they feel very connected to you. They're sitting in desire. Sexual attraction, lust, temptation, a hunger for you, a passion for you. And I felt that with that other card. I'm sure I said I feel there's a very passionate approach coming in. They're seeing you in your beauty right now. They feel a deep bond, a belonging to you. Part of their soul connection, their soul tribe, that you understand them. There's a spark being created again. what does that say? Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. Energy still intertwined. They could be dreaming of you. Let's get one more for them. But they're a little bit wary. Makes sense with the fighting them up. They're wary about how many times you guys have tried, but then you've got satisfied. So I think their heart is leading more than their mind. But you can see this collective, and if you truly believe you're a mirrored connection, you're overthinking. They're just as bad. Release your overthinking right now. But they've got caution. They have to be careful. They're guarded. Makes sense with why they're spying. Need to earn their trust and your trust, but they're wanting more of a slow burn. So they're scared that this is just going to hit acceleration again, which means and I literally just said that to you guys before, if this went 0 to 100 last time and it ended up in destruction, they're really worried that that will happen again, especially with all this desire and passion for you. I think it's really hard for you guys to not rush things. But I always say, if you're repeating what you did in the past, you're literally going to repeat the past. I want to see your energy, this collective. So I just feel you're frustrated. Confused at the bottom. This collective. Oh, so saving face, stop. And when we were reading your tarot, I said that you remind me of a collective. You keep all of these burdens within. You don't let people in. You're avoiding your feelings right now. Maybe even avoiding feeling I wouldn't say humiliated. I think it's just your feelings. Worried about your reputation, not wanting to lose respect from this person or others, covering up maybe your feelings more, and I felt that, but you've got a big stop sign. This collective, it's that Ace of Swords Ace of Pentacles in reverse and Ace of Swords in reverse. Let's be real, you're not yourself. No means no. Blocking. No longer tolerating this. Leave me alone. Respect my boundary. Frustrated. Maybe you do feel this person made you feel humiliated with your emotion. Worried about judgment. Maybe this is probably what this person was holding on to fear. It's like the tables are turning. But there was a lot of things to do with family here. It's funny because I'm reading your emotion now, and I don't just think it's this person. I think this is to do with your environment. Watch from the start. You've got so many things on your mind. Maybe you're worrying a little bit about judgment. There's something about your finances and community and events and your, lack of support right now. Arguing with your family. Maybe you feel judged by your family. And I always say, pivotal emotional shifts means you've got a pivotal change coming in your life. You're being tested with how you're dealing with this friction right now. Just remember that. It's like you're feeling everything this person felt. Failure. You're worried about failure. And I felt that before. You've got a high expectation. You're a very well-directed person. You don't like to fail at things. You don't like to not have a hold of what's around the corner. It's a lesson that you need to learn. You feel sad. Look at your emotion. You're so heavy. It's your person that's more balanced now. Disgusted. So even though you get sad, you feel low, unhappy, melancholy, down, troubled, disappointment, upset, instead of just feeling the sadness, I'm appalled, I'm outraged, I'm shocked, I'm angered, shocking behavior, get away from me, this stop. It's like you don't want to be judged, you don't want to feel like you're failing, but then look at how you're emotionally speaking about people in your mind. You might not be doing it in their face. And this is why I say it's so easy to just sit in the emotion. It's seeing it outside of the box. If you watch from the start, please, because this collective, you've got so much anxiety with all areas of your life. But the way you're speaking internally about the people that are overwhelming you, what you are afraid to receive, you are doing it, but internally. Okay. when really it's just coming from a place of sadness. But because you are someone that you have to save face, 10 of Wands, carry everything internally, don't let people in. You're actually sad, but your sadness turns into anger and frustration. It's showing you that Fool in reverse, what you still need to work on internally. Just because you're not voicing it to others, the inner dialogue, it's not healthy. And this collective, if you really are this frustrated, I wouldn't be surprised if you have had a little bit of explosion of emotion. I just want to see what archetype you're shining in. I want to see what archetype this person's shining in. I want to actually get a message from the universe for you individually, and we'll see how that goes, and then we'll see if we should tap into this person's intention. Okay, what archetype are you guys in right now? What archetype is this? They're being fussy. There we go. The Storm. This is literally tables turning. That's not good. You can see it in your first part. You can see it in your first part. Hold on, let me get my book. The chaos, the whirlwind, the disorder, possessing an energy much like the tarot tower card. The storm, but the thing is, you didn't get that. You didn't get this is what your mind's creating for you. I want to make that clear. This collective, I can see your pain. That first part, like I can see where your emotion is leading you. But my point for this collective, this is a pattern that your mind can get into when you're overwhelmed. You always go for the worst. You go straight into lost hope. You go straight into judging your own judgment towards situations. You become so harsh of your thought pattern. It's like you're so hard on yourself. But instead of seeing that you have clouded vision in your mind with your emotion, you think your clouded vision is what you've been waiting for, what you think is going to happen. It's all about external, because the external hasn't arrived for you. You feel foolish is the word, but that's not the case. The universe, especially this time of year, what they're making you focus on, they want you to heal. They want you to pivot that emotion. It doesn't serve you. You did not get the Tower card, but your poor mind believes you're sitting in a tower. The Storm undoes all that is, everything that was solid, because they're wanting to undo what doesn't serve you emotionally. And relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate. The ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and the center disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, our wealth, or our wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. They're really wanting to release something for you right now on your divine journey. They don't want it to be that hammer energy. They don't want you to just get stuck at another layer. And this is the emotion that gets you stuck on the layer. For the right collective, when this person has come in, it's ended up frictional, the block game, or just completely frustrated and shut down. Your emotion that you're feeling right now, that's how this is going to end again. If you don't understand, this is coming from a far deeper place within you, okay? This isn't finding you just because... Don't prolong your timeline anymore, okay? Reflect on it. Own it. I'm not dealing with this right. I want to change this. I'm going to stop focusing on this. This is coming from my need of always wanting more. It's that moth energy. Just because things haven't come into place in your life, it does not mean you're crazy. And I guarantee you this collective maximum you've been healing for is maybe 5 years. This is that mind frame that you guys all have to go through. Your healing was not for you to gain. Your healing was for you to find yourself. I've been healing for this long. When's it going to come in? I must be crazy. It hasn't come in. Have you not gone through divine activation? I always tell you guys, anyone truly on this journey, you are so connected energetically to up above, universal placements, planetary all. You need to not just know what's going on in here, but what's going on up there. What's going on up there, because it affects your emotion. And every time this year, it's about your internal balance. It's not the external. This is what needs to balance within you. So until you learn it, I always say they'll keep bringing it up in our cycles till we learn to walk through the fire the right way. It just gets harder and harder and more frustrating till we stop blaming and reflect what this journey is about. The disturbing howls stir anxiety and make it impossible to see or think straight, but you can. You must wait it out. If you try and fight the storm, which you're trying to do with negativity, stop, I'm disgusted, instead of just realizing this is something that needs to be balanced in you. If you try to fight the storm, you will lose, and it'll be more painful, and then it's going to re-enter your next cycle, and you might really miss a beautiful opportunity that they're trying to give you right now. A better option is to seek just temporary shelter, maybe a reliable friend, or just still. When all else fails, just go within. There, for a moment, you settle into the eye of the storm. The sun will shine, it always does. What is up must go down. That's life. Life is a roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster. And I say this all the time for people that have embodied this journey. Life does not get easier. It's not just going to make everything miraculously perfect. It's you get better. You know how to deal with life and emotion better. If you think you're on this journey to gain the world, you haven't hit the phase you need to get. This is not about external gain, internal guidance, knowing how to soothe your storm when it arrives. Okay? Let's get this person. Tables completely turned for this collective. This person is actually a lot more centered. I just think they're a little bit scared of approaching the kiss and I can't say that word. So they have desire. It's confirming the desire, the passion towards you. They feel so connected to you right now, and you think everything's just been a waste of time emotionally. So this person's going to come in gentle but scared. You're going to go crazy. Look at your energy. How dare you? Like, you can you can just see it. I always say there's difference between putting up a boundary with self-compassion, self-love and respect, to being volatile and abrupt and demanding truth and being that Queen of Swords, and a complete difference. Okay, devotion, unconditional love for you. Devotion and unconditional love plus the kiss. Stop it. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God and Goddess, you put God, Goddess, or nature at the center? How would this change your approach? So they're trying to find their true strength. Like I said before, I think this person their heart is outweighing their mind, but there's a reason their mind has so much fear, because it's a test to tie in with you and your reaction. I see you guys don't, you think you're in control of this kind of the universe for true divines. Your veils are shifting. So there's a big test coming here. They're really trying to fall into belief right now. How would this change your approach? Such is the energy of I don't know. It is alive when we are in awe and wonder. Our breath taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us. And this is why they feel so connected. And asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation. And you know what? And this has come to my mind. I find this so funny for people that are healing. You've got to remember, they've been waiting lifetimes for you to get it right. They give you so much patience and grace. Time is linear. You guys have been stuck here for centuries. It's our condemnment. That's my universal truth. And every lifetime, they give you another chance to get it right. But you guys, you've been healing for a year. You expect everything in the world. It's like that it just baffles me. It baffles me. Think of the patience your ancestors and our Creator has had with you. Because as I always say, this soul contract has been bound to you for lifetimes. And you've never been able to sign it off. But they give you chance after chance. So if they can have patience with you guys to find your way back home, don't you think you should return the favor? I say this about prayer. Everyone prays to have things or to release things or find strength. Do you guys ever just pray and give thanks? And not just in gratitude for what you've received from them, but truly pray and send them strength. I send you strength for the spiritual battles you fight for humanity, the world around. Like, do you guys ever return the favor? There's a reason this is coming to my mind as I'm reading this person as well. So I just feel this person's very connected right now. This card can indicate spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly as the heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiatory moment can appear in any form, and like a healing balm to the modern soul, it affects your last lifetimes, as we're talking about. I didn't even know this card said this. The whatever that word is, card may also suggest you reassess what you worship every day, consciously or unconsciously. I think this collective needs this card too. Where does the sacred ladder climb ultimately? Where does the sacred ladder climb will ultimately lead to? Funny, when out of balance, spiritual bypassing or righteousness. I think it's fun because true divines your mirrors, and I do believe that this is you more than none. But right now you have such a big lesson, the right collective, because this is you. But as I said before, just because this doesn't come up as frequently as it did when you first started healing, it's when it does come up, you go straight into the glass half empty. That's the point for this collective. Is this you more than none? Yes, it is. But the storm is trying to show you what you still have not brought into balance internally. When it comes up, how do you deal with it? How do you see it is the point. Okay? So yes, they have not just sexual and passionate desire, but the way they're tapping in to the world around them and up above, they're the bridge between two worlds right now. They're seeing, and that is a positive. All right, let's get a universal message for you guys, and then I will see this person's intention and next action. I love you guys. I'm just giving you tough love. They're saying things are unfolding. Trust. Release. They're like, just wait, be patient. Major opportunities ahead. Remember to keep celebrating the light. Your warmth, your growth, you're growing. Relax right now. Enjoy the small things. Expansion energy takes a long time. Face it with positivity, not negativity. They're building your strength, and you think they're working against you. Things to do with your unconventional, alternate. And remember, we said there's something about social media. That's all expanding. Patience. Networking, marketing, social media, publicity, internet, fame, expansion, spotlight, connected, exposure. You're stressing about things you don't need to stress about. Hey. Oh, look at how gentle they're being with you guys right now. I gave the tough love. Lady Beetle energy. A vibrant, abundant life. Comfort, leisure, good health, balance, wishes coming true. A birth of a daughter. 20th of the 3rd. Could be your birthday, or it could be an important memory. Jeez Louise. There it is. But it's you and your mind. So this is what they're trying to give you. But you, because it's stuck, you're focusing on complicated circumstances. I feel struggle along. This is all just a big fat puzzle. I feel tied up. I feel tangled. I feel all the hassles and problems. And this is probably this. You constantly crave it. They won't release it till you let go of it, right? That magic, that's what's unfolding. This is what's unfolding. This is what you have major opportunities, everything with, but they're trying to switch your negativity to positivity. But this collective, again, when that storm comes over you, that belief system, the need for everything that you've been trying to heal, it comes up. And you just feel like you've been... Let go of it. I want one more for that. Yeah. Luck is on your side, but you expect it to come in so quickly. It's not meant to come in quickly. You've got to learn to be carefree. Good fortune, carefree, a reward will come when you let go. Luck is on your side. It'll come when you least expect it. Right now, that's all you expect. And because your expectation hasn't arrived, now your expectation leads to disappointment every time. But it's your expectation. Instead of just believing this comes in or not, look at who I am. I'm walking through life the best version of myself. I'm not doing this for gain. I'm doing this to go home. It was never meant to arrive quickly. I talk about it all the time. Your commitment gets tested year after year after year. Things are unfolding. Oh, you know what I say with this card? Go get a book. Go run your hand along a book. See which one you're magnetically pulled to. Turn to page 10 or 26 and read the first line. It's a message from your angels. For the right collective, that every part of this reading has fit for you, and write it in the comments, okay? This was hidden for a reason. It's a mystery for a reason, but your secrets will be unlifted. The unknown will arrive. Things are unfolding with all the mysterious things in the background. You're not meant to see it. You're not meant to know it. So when it comes, it's a big fat surprise. It was always meant to be hidden. And it's funny because the first word is memory. And I always talk about the 4D mind. When you guys first activate, you see what you will eventually achieve. But you never get your timing right. Because it's part of the healing to test that. Test the impatience, to test the trust. It's like it's a memory in your soul from other lifetimes. You're experiencing. I say this world's a multiverse. In a timeline here, you're already on your abundant timeline. You're literally living the life you're trying to create in this timeline. I get it, but just release it. Okay? 26th of the 10th could be a birthday memory. Oh. So you're clearly already quite successful, but yes, you're going to find more success. Established ambition, experience, achievement, longevity, mature career, virtue. You probably end up retiring early. Things are developing. Trust. Oh gosh. It is meant to be a flame right now. It's just a lesson, okay? It's a catalyst right now. This is igniting for a reason, but it's meant to get things going in the right direction. They are adding fuel to your soul right now. We can see it through this whole reading, but breathe. There is effort that's needed for you to not just ride the wave this time. Be on top of your emotion, okay? Have things to alter it so next time this trigger comes, you're dealing with it differently. Be stronger than your mind right now. Because if you were really granted this journey, you are stronger than your mind. Okay? These two. That's your poor little belief system that they're trying to change. Jeez Louise. Oh, literally. It's your past life self-evolving, the tree. Trust. Grounded fertility, health, lineage, personal growth, past life, self-evolving, connection to source. Remember your connection to source, not what I'm trying to heal. Just saying, okay? And again, your last card, death, rebirth. You're going through another one, very first deck. You're ascending right now. And maybe you're psychic a bit more. I think you're questioning everything. Sun at the bottom. Big fat yes. Your energy shifting, your power climax on its way. Radiant, success, divine masculine energy, victory, happy, warmth. All right. One more deck for you guys, and then we'll finish this off with their intention, and I'll roll a dice and see what's coming next in your connection, if you're even ready. Let's be real. Yeah, it's time to open your heart. The right collective, and when I know I'm reading a different energy, I will say switch the roles, or I'm reading mass, please. And there's a reason I'm getting called to do this. I could just imagine people are going to say, oh, that sounds like them, not me. It's not your reading. This collective right now, you're going through the things we went over. As a reader, and anyone that watches me regularly, I will tell you if I'm reading a masculine or if you need to switch the roles. Okay? This is part of discernment. No one is perfect. And I have to say this, unless that person's in your life, how would you even know it's their energy? Okay? If a reader hasn't directed that to you. Right collective, that'll make sense. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others. And that's the biggest thing this collective's going through. The right collective. And let love heal this situation. Number 22. Oh, God. Take control of your thoughts. Another confirmation. That storm isn't physical. That's internal. You are stronger than your mind. You are stronger than your mind. I made sure to specify that, and I literally said you would not be on this journey if you couldn't handle this journey. You are stronger than your thoughts. 31. Your thoughts are creating your reality. I say it all the time. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome you truly desire. Right now, that thing you truly desire, you're pushing it away. Oh, this is this. Oh, this is that. The disgusted, the stopped, the sad, the what's the whole thing? You are protected forever and always. Like we said, think of how many lifetimes they've had to wait for you to get it right. Give them a little bit more leeway. You are safe with me in my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence, not with fear, because you haven't received what you want. Need to make a decision, and I said that before. Deal with it differently. You don't just sit in it and then just wait for a few days for it to because you haven't dealt with it. You haven't put the tools in within to be able to deal with it differently the next time. Again, we said it before, if you're dealing with this shit exactly the same, you're not seeing it properly. So instead of just sitting in it and getting more and more angry and frustrated, change the way you're dealing with this emotion. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or others? You're choosing to prioritize what you have not got. That's what's making you angry. You're not sitting in your oneness, your sovereignty. This right collective, you're frustrated because the things you've been craving you have not received, which makes you feel naive. It makes you think you're crazy. It makes you feel, just watch the whole thing, because you're prioritizing what you have not received. That's this right collective's biggest block. That's what sets your thought pattern into complete anxiety and overwhelm, which completely closes off your heart and makes you internalize some really negative emotion, and you fail to believe you are a child of the divine. But they're saying it's your choice. We're going to keep giving you this lesson. Learn it now. They're not just going to stop giving you the lesson because they feel sorry for you. That's not how it works. They want you to sign off that contract. So if you don't learn it this cycle, again, you're just prolonging. It'll come up again. No one's the expectation. Let it go. Let it be. And trust and surrender. Doesn't serve you anymore. Allow me to sever this energetic thread to the past so you can just embrace the future. They've been trying to, time and time again. I say the way they give us true signs is emotional ignition. They've resurfaced this emotion in you that many times to heal it, but you still get stuck in it and go back to the exact same coping mechanisms. They can't just fall a little, they'll do it with a feather, but they can't just put a little piece of paper down and say, you aren't dealing with this properly. We are trying to get you to feel this, to let go of. They can't do that. Okay. But I literally said feather for a reason. As you're watching this, you might find a little white feather. That's their piece of paper for you. Okay. They accelerate what needs to be healed and shifted. All right, I'm just quickly going to get this person's intention. Okay, so they're going over, remember, it would surprise me if you're going over the same memory. So June 21st, August 5th, August 6th, we're in these months now, okay, to September. So they're sitting in heavy emotion now where they're reflecting on how they were foolish to believe the opinions of others. And you're doing the exact same thing. Your belief system is the belief system that's been imprinted on you from such a young age. The reason you're so upset is because your poor brain has programmed for you to think you need to have companionship, you need to have this, you need to have that, you need to have all those other things, watch the whole reading, for you to be complete in life. Wrong. So yes, they're going over physical things in their life. You're going over the same thing, but you can't see the lesson outside of the box. I was foolish to believe the opinions of others. I should have trusted my heart more than what others thought about our connection, the world around you. Because you haven't got it in time. You believe the world around you. I'm foolish. I'm in limerence. I'm delusional. It's exactly the same energy. Forgive me for doubting our connection. We need to let go of our issues and work through our struggles by recognizing what went wrong and how we played a part in it. I love you too much to let you go. Let's start anew. This is, you, as a collective, you need to see this clearly. And there's that, they want it. Your energy right now, holy moly, you want to hope they're not coming anywhere near you. You will ruin this cycle. You're too emotionally charged. Way too emotionally charged because you're not seeing it right. I'm seeking your forgiveness right now, even though I can't utter the words. I'm trying also to forgive myself for treating you unfairly, but I'm hoping I can quiet my guilt because of their mask and triggered at the bottom. Okay, so 6K. I don't want to say... It could be this next week. Could be 6 days. I feel like I should say 6 weeks. I can't. Anyway. This person, next 6 days towards this collective. And then I'm going to, their action towards you. And then, how you should deal with it. Twin Flame Reunion, the one, divine, this is the only card in this deck that's about divine union. Whoa, did you see that one fly out? All right, this person's action towards you. Oh God, hold on, I'm going to have that flip. Oh, I had to literally, it's all the way over there. Okay, so we've got 8 of Swords. Hanged Man and Strength. I think they're very trapped in their mind when they're coming in. So they're coming in from a place of anxiety and fear, and especially over the things that have taken a long time here. I think there's a lot of uncertainty sitting in them, especially over the delays that you guys have faced. But even though this is a seed in them and they're extremely overwhelmed, I always say that 8 of Swords, we are creating a situation that's not happening. So when they release this, they're already going to be expecting the worst. This is literally such an important part for this collective. Are you going to repeat the same cycle, get stuck on the same layer? Because they're going to make this person enter with the same fear that you've got to remember they're spying, because they've got the hammer energy in the back of their mind. So they're expecting, even though they're going to lead with their heart, subconsciously, they're expecting the worst, right? So they're going to come in with strength. They're going to find their lion strength, their courage, right? So they're going to think they're wanting just really is that they're coming through because they believe that there's infinite potential to really get this back on the same page, but internally stressing, and they can't even see it. Remember, you don't see this, right? Very, very nervous. This card specifies coming in with a brave heart, okay, being strong-willed, wanting to focus on the end game here, okay, with confidence and power. But I'm telling you, internally, it ain't there. Very temperamental energy. And remember, this Hanged Man is also about self-sacrifice and self-reflection. So they're going to be so aware of energetical shifts. Judge, wow. So they want a new story here. Judgment energy. I think they want to have a powerful conversation, but they're coming in a different version. You'll be shocked at who they are when they arrive. You can see they're going through an awakening. I don't think this collective, you've seen the spiritual soul evolution of this person. But that's another card of willpower and action too. Awakened. Okay, resurrection, reincarnation, reunion, but really reuniting past, present, future versions, but they could have reunion on their mind as well. But ascended, they've gone through a rebirth, probably multiple, but this is going to be a bit of a shock. Last one. Sun, get the out of town. So this is strength, judgment, sun, big universal lesson, not just from them, but for you. They want a happy ending, the infinite talking about. But this energy brewing under the surface, that's the universe. That's the universe creating that uncertainty that they cannot see, because it's a test of your emotion too. Them more confident than they've ever approached. They're going to come in very strong. But inside, very nervous and anxious. But happiness, success, high vibration, leading the way, truths coming to the illumination clearly. And they're going to present like they're full of self-love, especially with this strength. And that's probably because true divines always say don't wear a mask. And because they're coming in this strong, that's probably what's going to irritate you, because you're going to sense something's not right. You're probably going to take their confidence as arrogance or something. But the thing is, it's just because they're nervous. I always say you guys get tested by this. This is why I always say just be transparent when you approach one another in a nice, constructive, compassionate way, because you can sense the mask. But because I don't think you've ever had this kind of towards you, just know, I do think they've gone through self-reflection and sacrifice, but they're still not seeing something right here. How you guys should react. Oh. Don't be causing chaos. Don't be causing arguments. Remember, yes, he's law and order, but he's about stability and structure. I wouldn't be the masculine strength here. I want one more for that. Yes, soothe the situation. Don't ignite an argument, but oh God. Actually, I do think that. I do think you should be more logical, not emotional. But I don't think you should be Ice Queen. I do think you should be protecting yourself emotionally too. It's not just about letting all your walls down. Remember, truth is a big thing here in all of your decks. There's something about truth that needs to be revealed, and she is the truth seeker. Do I think you should be demanding truths? No. When they respect you enough, they'll tell you the truth without you having to ask. But I do think you do need to not be leading with emotion and like, I think you need to just be patient. She doesn't want to rush anything. She's the realist. Like, her and the Queen of Pentacles, very realistic approach. There has been damage. Yes, I get it. But there's always two parties at fault. Do not cause an argument. Lead with logic, not emotion. Perfect. But you don't need to be cold-hearted. And mindful. You need to be mindful, not obsessively thinking, because this will make this worse. Mindfulness. One more. Yeah, this could lead to a Ten of Cups and a Six of Swords. But remember, this is restoring peace within, right? So restoring harmony, right? I'm not telling you to see this as a Ten of Cups. You should approach this as, because you wouldn't still be watching this if you didn't want to bloody heal this, right? Focus on removing the storm that was created here. Focus on restoring the peace and harmony, not a reunion, not a Ten of Cups. It could lead to that, potential of that, but first you want to get out of your storm. You want to let go of the shit that has been created here. Slow and steady. Do not demand truths, but have some boundaries over your heart. When they're ready and they see you're not leading with emotion, you're leading with structure. You're not being reactive. You're not starting arguments. You're not blocking in impatience. You're not doing any of that stuff that you used to do. This person will open up more. They need to soothe this energy before they really... I think this is more your potential. Yes, potential Ten of Cups. That should not be your focus, though. Move on from the storm. Sail off into those calm seas. Otherwise, you're just going to go back into another Three of Swords. So it's that kind of Three of Swords. And you don't need to push the conversation of this either. You will know if this person is truly genuine, because I will just talk about this anyway. But remember, there's always two parties at fault. Always. Not just one person. And this is what this journey... watch the whole thing. You both need to see. Both of you need to see, do you really want this person, vice versa, at your table, sipping out of those cups that you've taken so long to put behind you? This could lead, you've literally got Nine of Cups to Ten of Cups. Everyone says wishes coming true. It's preparing you for your wishes to come true. All your ducks in a row. Ultimate emotional fulfillment, this. But to get to this, to create that, one painful cups journey. It's very painful to deplete the cups that have come before this, to be able to refill them into this Nine of Cups. And that long journey, it teaches you that self-love, self-respect, true internal stillness. So you're very selective. You know what you've been through. You're very aware, Queen of Swords, of who you let back in. So it's not rushing it. You both need a slow burn. But if you have expectation, this person popping up in your life is just you're going to repeat the same cycle for this collective. Slow and steady wins the race. Just like your healing journey. I always say small steps, big accomplishments. It's the same with this. This could lead to something beautiful, or it's going to lead to another form of a painful layer, which really confirms what we said before. And again, I would not be sitting there demanding. It'll all come to the table when you're ready. Alright, I just want to get those little pink cards. Oh, don't let that lead the way. Don't let the passion, attraction, and remember your sacred. I just don't rush. Okay, expressing their love. Calling in your soulmate, your twinnie, your divine. You're about to really... You both need to make the effort, though. Both of you. Romantic. Whoa. I think you guys, seeing this, I think you guys will... Romantic feeling. Attraction, romantic feelings. But you need to stay optimistic. Let go of control. Let go of control. This, I'm going to say this is the one. Okay, it says this could be the one. I always say it as this is the one. You guys could go on a little trip. You could end up taking... Don't rush it, though. A honeymoon card. Okay, trust in the divine. The divine is watching. Divine guidance is all around you. Just get out of your emotional box right now. IOP, Poppy. Why did I just hear Poppy? Or Pop. Maybe you used to call you Pop, Poppy or Pop. They're coming in quick. You got it twice. You got the lightning strike twice. It could come in on a stormy night. The Holy Grail. Maybe you could be quite... you could actually be religious and turn to spirituality, or maybe your spirituality. And now I find a lot of people do this, you guys, transition. However your journey has led, it's led. And some of you combined it both. It's something here to do with religion and spirituality, though. And you could have... Why am I literally seeing a Bible? Especially because I said Pop. Maybe your Pop was very religious. It could have been a pastor or a priest, or I know we call them different. Anyway, the Sun, masculine energy, but Chloe is on the back of this as well. Chloe could be an important name. This is my royal love. This is very rarely comes out. I always say this reminds me, you guys could have had a lifetime of royalty, you and this person. Sapphire could be your birthstone as well. The Venus star could come in on a Friday. Oh, you've got B, another initial, and H, 3 pearls. There could be children involved in this collective too, especially with the, like the start of this reading. And then your sign and the feather. That's important. I feel for the right collective, you either just found a white feather before this reading while you were watching this reading if you're outside, or you'll find one just after. Birthdays, angel numbers, important dates. 1-1, you could be 11. Oh my God, literally 11-1-1, 11-11. 17th of the 2nd, 1st of the 2nd, 2nd of the 1st, 12th of the 1st, 17th of the 3rd, 11th of the 9th, 9th of the 11th. 16th of the 3rd. Oh, 3, 4, 5. 7, 7. Okay, 7, 7, 7, 3, 4, 5, angel numbers. You could be watching this at 3:45 or 5:43. 8th of the 7th, 7th of the 8th, 16th of the 5th, 4th and 3rd. All right, my loves, I love you guys. Try not to stress this poor collective, but I'll be on, will I? I might be on YouTube later as well. All right, lots of love.